You have a 740 credit score. You've never missed a payment in your life. You have a job, savings, and you did everything right. And the bank still said no? Or worse, they said yes, but the number they gave you is so low, it's basically a joke. Sound familiar? Because this is happening to millions of people right now, and nobody's talking about it honestly. Let's fix that. Here's the thing about credit scores. We've been sold this idea that if you just build good credit, the door's open. Pay your bills, don't max out your cards, keep your history clean, and one day a lender will hand you the keys to your future. That's the deal, right? That's what financial literacy content has been telling us for years. Except somewhere along the way, the game changed and nobody updated the rule book. Millennials did the work. We pulled our credit reports. We disputed errors. We kept our utilization under 30%. We became genuinely responsible with credit. And for what? To find out that a good credit score is now just the entry fee to a game where you still can't afford to play. Because here's what nobody tells you. Credit score is just one piece of the mortgage puzzle. And in today's market, it might honestly be the easiest piece. The parts that are actually blocking people, those are structural, those are systemic, and they have almost nothing to do with your personal responsibility or your financial habits. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly why good credit isn't enough anymore, what's actually standing between you and a mortgage approval in 2025, and what the real barriers look like when you strip away all the noise. This is not a doom video. This is a clarity video, because if you're going to solve a problem, you need to actually see it first. Let's start with the number that's quietly killing more mortgage applications than almost anything else right now. Your debt-to-income ratio, DTI. And if you don't know what that is, buckle up, because this might be the most important thing you hear today. Your debt-to-income ratio is exactly what it sounds like. It's how much of your gross monthly income goes toward debt payments. And most conventional lenders want that number to be no higher than 43%. Some want 36%. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which back a huge chunk of mortgages in this country, have their own caps depending on the loan type. Here's where it gets brutal for millennials specifically: student loans. The average millennial borrower is carrying tens of thousands of dollars in student loan debt, and those monthly payments count against your DTI, whether you like it or not. Then add a car payment, maybe a medical bill on a payment plan. Maybe you've got a personal loan from when you had to survive a rough patch. That's all in the calculation. Now take the median home price in the US right now. We're talking somewhere in the $400,000 range nationally, and way higher in any city you actually want to live in. Run the math on a 30-year mortgage at current interest rates. Your monthly payment before insurance and taxes alone could easily be $2,500 to $3,000. Add your existing debt, and suddenly your DTI is blowing past every lender's threshold, even with a solid income. So your credit score is great. Your credit score is not the problem. The problem is that the cost of life in America has made it mathematically difficult for a whole generation to hit the ratios lenders require. That's not a personal failure. That's a structural trap. And here's the thing that really gets me. The advice is always pay down your debt first. Cool. Pay down $60,000 in student loans on a $55,000 salary while rent is eating half your paycheck. Let us know how that goes. Okay, pattern interrupt, real quick. How many times have you seen a headline that says, you only need 3% down to buy a home? Yeah, let's talk about why that number is technically true and practically misleading at the same time. Yes, there are loan programs, FHA loans, some conventional loans, where you can put down as little as 3% to 3.5%. And that sounds amazing until you do the actual math on a real home in a real market. 0.3.5 of a $400,000 home is $14,000, which sounds doable, right? Except that's before closing costs, which typically run 2% to 5% of the loan amount. So now you're potentially looking at another $8,000 to $20,000 on top of that down payment. We're talking $22,000 to $34,000 in cash you need to have liquid before you can close on a house. And that's the low end. In a competitive market, which is still most markets right now, Sellers often favor buyers with larger down payments because it signals financial strength and makes the deal more likely to close. So the 3% down buyer is already starting from a disadvantaged position in a bidding war. But wait, there's more. If you put down less than 20%, you're paying private mortgage insurance, PMI. That's an extra monthly cost, often $100 to $300 a month or more, added onto your payment, which, surprise, also affects your debt-to-income ratio. It's a compounding problem. So the person with a 740 credit score, decent income, and responsibly managed finances is often stuck in this in-between zone. Too much debt to qualify comfortably, not enough saved to clear the down payment threshold that would make the numbers work, and competing against cash buyers and investors who don't have any of these constraints. It's not one wall, it's multiple walls stacked on top of each other. Here's something that barely gets talked about. How lenders verify income has become a real barrier for a massive chunk of the modern workforce. And this one is genuinely maddening. The traditional mortgage process was designed for a traditional employment setup. W-2, same employer for 2+ years, predictable monthly income. Simple, right? But the American workforce doesn't look like that anymore. Millions of millennials are freelancers, contractors, gig workers, or they've switched jobs recently because that's literally how you get a raise in today's economy. And the mortgage system has not caught up. If you're self-employed or freelance, lenders typically want 2 years of tax returns. 2 years! And here's the catch. If you're a good freelancer, you probably write off a lot of legitimate business expenses, which lowers your taxable income, which makes you look less qualified on paper than you actually are in real life. The very smart financial move of minimizing your tax burden works directly against you when you're trying to get a mortgage. And if you recently changed jobs, even for a significant raise, many lenders want to see you in your new role for at least 90 days, sometimes longer, before they'll count that income. So you made a smart career move, you're earning more than ever, and the bank says, come back in a few minutes. Meanwhile, home prices aren't waiting. This isn't a credit score issue. This is the entire infrastructure of mortgage lending being misaligned with how a large portion of the workforce actually earns money now. And it disproportionately hits millennials, who are more likely to be in non-traditional work arrangements than previous generations were at the same age. All right, I promised you clarity, not just a list of reasons to be frustrated. So let's end with the honest truth about what you can actually do. First, understand your full financial picture before you even talk to a lender. Run your own DTI calculation. Add up every monthly debt payment, divide by your gross monthly income, and know that number going in. If it's above 43%, that's your target, not your credit score. Second, look at programs specifically designed to address these barriers. Down payment assistance programs exist in almost every state, and many people who qualify for them don't even know they exist. HUD-approved housing counselors can walk you through what's available where you live, and it's often free. Some programs offer grants. Some offer forgivable loans. These aren't loopholes. They're literally programs designed for this exact situation. Third, if you're self-employed or freelance, talk to a mortgage broker, not just a bank. Mortgage brokers work with multiple lenders, and some of them specialize in non-traditional income situations. Bank statement loans, DSCR loans, alternative documentation programs, these exist, and they're not predatory if you work with the right people. Fourth, if you are denied or quoted a tiny number, ask specifically why. Lenders are required to give you a reason. Get that reason in writing and treat it as your roadmap, not a rejection, a roadmap. And fifth, and this is the most important one, stop blaming yourself for a structural problem. That doesn't mean giving up. It means you stop wasting energy on shame and start spending that energy strategically. Because there's a real difference between I failed and the system has barriers I need to navigate. One of those mindsets leads somewhere. The other one just keeps you stuck. You didn't imagine it. The math is genuinely hard. And you're not alone in this. If this video made you feel seen, or honestly even just a little less crazy, hit subscribe, because we're here every single day breaking down exactly this stuff. No fluff, no fake positivity, just the real numbers and real strategies. And I want to hear from you in the comments. What's the specific thing that's blocked you from getting a mortgage? Credit? DTI? Down payment? Drop it below. Let's vent it out together. Next video, we're getting into down payment assistance programs state by state. You're not going to want to miss it.